Hello, dear friend, and welcome back to my channel, Whisper English. I am so excited today because I have a very special secret to share with you in this video. You must listen very closely to the end, because something wonderful and surprising happens in our story. I am so glad you are here, and I cannot wait for you to hear the most important part. It is a very good story, so let us be happy. Let us stay together and let us find out what happens right now. Chapter 1. Leo and the Big Dream. There is a young man. His name is Leo. Leo is a very kind man. Leo is a very gentle man. Leo lives in a house. The house is small. The house is quiet. The house is in a small town. In this town, the days move slowly. The sun rises in the morning. The sun sets in the evening. Everything is the same every day, but inside Leo something is different. Inside Leo there is a dream. It is a big dream. It is a very, very big dream. Leo wants to learn English. He wants to speak the English language. He wants to understand the English language. Why does Leo want this? He wants this because he wants to talk to the world. He wants to see the world. He wants to be a part of the big world. Leo looks at the sky. The sky is blue. The sky is wide. Leo thinks, the world is wide like the sky. He thinks English is the key to the world. Leo has a book. The book is a blue book. It is a small blue book. It is an old blue book. On the cover, it says English. Leo touches the book. He feels the cover. He feels the pages. The pages are soft. The pages are thin. Leo opens the book to the first page. He sees a word. The word is hello. Leo says the word. He says hello. He says it again. Hello. He says it slowly. Hello. It is a beautiful sound. It is a friendly sound. Leo smiles. He is happy to say his first word. He looks at the next word. The word is sun. Leo looks out the window. He sees the sun. He says, sun. He says, the sun is yellow. He says, the sun is hot. He is practicing. He is learning. He is growing. Leo knows that learning is like a journey. A journey starts with one step. His first step is the word hello. His second step is the word sun. He is not in a hurry. He is very patient. He is very calm. He sits in his wooden chair. The chair is old. The chair is comfortable. He sits for 1 hour. He sits for 2 hours. He reads his blue book. He loves his blue book. He loves the letters. He loves the sounds. He has a notebook too. The notebook is yellow. It is a bright yellow notebook. Leo takes a pen. The pen is black. He writes in his notebook. He writes hello. He writes it 10 times. He writes sun. He writes it 10 times. He wants his brain to remember. He wants his heart to remember. Repetition is very important. Repetition is his friend. He says the words again and again. He says them to the walls. He says them to the floor. He says them to the ceiling. Hello, hello, hello. Sun, sun, sun. Leo is a student. He is a good student. He is a brave student. Sometimes the words are hard. Sometimes the words are long. Sometimes he forgets. But Leo does not get angry. Leo is kind to himself. He says, it is okay. He says, I will try again. He breathes in. He breathes out. He is very peaceful. He thinks about America. America is a place far away. In America, everyone speaks English. In America, the cities are big. In America, the lights are bright. Leo wants to see the lights. He wants to hear the voices. He imagines himself in America. He imagines himself walking. He imagines himself talking. He says to his imaginary friend, "How are you?" He imagines the friend saying, "I am fine, thank you." This makes Leo very happy. This gives Leo motivation. Motivation is like a fire. It is a small fire, but it is warm. The fire is in his chest. The fire says, "Keep going, Leo." The fire says, "Do not stop, Leo." So Leo does not stop. He reads more words. He learns the word water. He learns the word bread. He learns the word apple. He thinks about the taste of an apple. He says, "The apple is sweet." He thinks about the cool water. He says, "The water is cold." He is connecting the words to his life. He is connecting the words to his feelings. This is the best way to learn. He is not just reading. He is living. He looks at the birds outside. The birds are small. The birds are brown. He says, "Bird?" He says, "The bird is singing." He listens to the bird. The bird does not use words, but the bird communicates. Leo wants to communicate too. He wants to share his thoughts. He wants to share his stories. He has many stories in his head. He has many stories in his heart, but he needs English to tell them. So he returns to his blue book. He returns to his yellow notebook. He is very dedicated. He is very focused. The room is quiet. The town is quiet. But Leo's mind is busy. His mind is full of English. He is building a bridge. The bridge is made of words. The bridge is made of sounds. The bridge will take him to America. He is the builder of the bridge. He is the traveler on the bridge. He feels proud. He feels strong. He says, "I am a learner." He says, "I am a dreamer." He says, "I am Leo." He closes his book. He closes his eyes. He dreams of the English language. He dreams of the big world. He is ready for the next day. He is ready for the next word. The dream is big and Leo is ready. Chapter 2. The big decision to go to America. Leo sits in his small house and he thinks. He thinks about the words he knows. He knows hello, he knows sun, he knows apple, but Leo knows that his town is too small. His town is too quiet. To learn a language, you must go to the place where the language lives. You must go to the place where the language breathes. Leo looks at a map. The map is big. The map is colorful. He puts his finger on a place far away. He puts his finger on America. America is a very big country. America is a place of many voices. Leo says to himself, "I must go." He says it again, "I must go to America." This is a big decision. This is a very, very big decision. A decision is like a seed you plant in the ground. Once you plant it, you must help it grow. Leo feels a little bit of fear. Fear is a cold feeling. Fear tells you to stay home. Fear tells you to stay safe. But Leo also feels courage. Courage is a warm feeling. Courage is like a small candle in a dark room. Leo looks at his candle of courage. He says, "I am brave. I can do this." He walks to his kitchen. He sees his mother. He says to his mother, "Mother, I have a big decision. I want to go to America. I want to learn English in the big cities." His mother looks at him. Her eyes are soft. Her eyes are kind. She is a little bit sad because she will miss her son. But she is also very proud. She knows that Leo has a big heart. She knows that Leo has a big dream. She says, "Go, Leo, go and find your voice." Leo feels a tear in his eye. A tear is a small drop of love. He hugs his mother. Now, the decision is real. The decision is a fact. Leo begins to prepare. Preparing is a slow process. He must pack his bag. He takes his small bag. It is a brown bag. He puts his blue book inside. The blue book is his best friend. He puts his yellow notebook inside. He puts his black pen inside. He puts his clothes inside. He looks at his room. He will miss his bed. He will miss his window. But he is looking forward. He is looking at the horizon. To go to America, he needs a ticket. He needs a plane ticket. He goes to the computer. He looks for a flight. He sees a flight to a city called New York. New York is a famous city. New York is a city with tall buildings. New York is a city that never sleeps. Leo clicks the button. Click. Now he has a ticket. The ticket is a piece of paper, but it is also a promise. It is a promise to himself. He says, I am going to America. He says it 10 times. I am going, I am going, I am going. He wants his ears to hear the truth. He wants his mind to accept the change. The days before the trip are very long. Leo practices his English even more. He learns the word airport. He learns the word plane. He learns the word passport. He looks at his passport. It is a small book with his picture. The picture shows a young man with a dream. Leo smiles at the picture. He is ready to be a traveler. He is ready to be a student of life. He walks through his town one last time. He says goodbye to the green trees. He says goodbye to the singing birds. He says goodbye to the quiet streets. He is leaving the quiet to find the loud. He is leaving the small to find the big. On the morning of his trip, the sun is rising. The sun is pink and orange. Leo carries his brown bag. He feels the weight of the bag. The weight is not just clothes. The weight is his future. He goes to the big airport. The airport is full of people. People are running. People are shouting. People are saying goodbye. Leo hears many languages. He hears voices like a storm. But soon he will hear only English. He finds his gate. He sees the big plane. The plane is white and silver. The plane is like a giant bird. Leo sits in his seat. He fastens his seatbelt. Click. He looks out the small window. The engines start to make a loud noise. Vroom, the plane starts to move. It moves faster and faster. It lifts up into the sky. Leo feels his stomach jump. He is flying over the trees. He is flying over the clouds. He is flying over the ocean. The ocean is blue and deep. The ocean is very, very wide. Leo thinks, I am between my old life and my new life. He is in the middle of the sky. He feels like a bird. He feels free. He takes out his yellow notebook. He writes one sentence. He writes, I'm going to America to find my voice. He looks at the sentence for many hours. He does not sleep. He is too excited to sleep. He is watching the clouds. He is watching the world move beneath him. He is a man with a destination. He is a man with a purpose. America is waiting for him. The English language is waiting for him. Leo is not just a boy from a small town anymore. Leo is a traveler. Leo is a dreamer in the sky. He is brave, he is strong, and he is ready for the first day of his new life. Chapter 3. Leo's first lesson with no books. Leo is now in the big city. The buildings are very tall. The streets are very busy. Leo walks to a small building. This building is his school. Leo feels a little bit of worry in his heart. He thinks, will the school be hard? Will the teacher be mean? Will I understand the words? He opens the door. The door makes a quiet sound. Inside, the school is warm. The school is bright. Leo finds his classroom. He sees a sign on the door. The sign says, English for beginners. Leo breathes in. Leo breathes out. He walks inside the room. He sees a teacher. The teacher is a woman. Her name is Mary. Mary has a very big smile. Mary has very kind eyes. She looks at Leo and says, Hello. Welcome to our class. Leo says, Hello. He feels a little bit better. He looks around the room. He sees other students. He sees a student from Japan. He sees a student from Italy. He sees a student from Mexico. They are all like Leo. They are all learners. They are all dreamers. Leo sits down in a chair. He takes out his blue book. He takes out his yellow notebook. He takes out his black pen. He is ready to read. He is ready to write. But then Mary does something very strange. Mary says, Please put your books away. Leo is surprised. He is very, very surprised. He thinks, How can I learn without a book? A book is my friend. A book has the words. Mary smiles and says, Today we will not use books. Today we will use our ears. Today we will use our mouths. Today we will use our hearts. Leo puts his blue book back in his bag. He feels a little bit naked without his book. Mary tells the students to stand up. She tells them to make a circle. A circle is a shape with no corners. In a circle, everyone is equal. In a circle, everyone can see everyone. Mary says, We will speak. She looks at Leo. She says, Leo, what is your favorite color? Leo thinks. He knows the word for color. He says, My favorite color is blue. Mary says, That is wonderful, Leo. Why do you like blue? Leo thinks again. He says, I like blue because the sky is blue. I like blue because my book is blue. Mary claps her hands. The other students smile. Leo feels a warm feeling. He is not reading a book. He is talking to a person. He is using his voice. Then the student from Japan speaks. He says his favorite color is green. The student from Italy says her favorite color is red. They are all talking. They are not looking at grammar. They are not looking at spelling. They are looking at each other. Leo realizes something important. He realizes that English is a tool. It is a tool for connection. It is a tool for friendship. He hears the sounds of the words. The words are like music. He listens to the way Mary speaks. Her voice is like a gentle river. Leo tries to copy the sounds. He tries to copy the music. He says, The sky is blue, the grass is green, the apple is red. He says these sentences many times. Repetition is his teacher. He does not need a page to tell him what to say. He finds the words inside his own head. He finds the words inside his own memory. For 1 hour, the class talks. They laugh. They make mistakes. When someone makes a mistake, Mary does not get angry. Mary says mistakes are okay. Mistakes are how we learn. Leo makes a mistake. He says, The sun are yellow. Mary gently says, The sun is yellow. Leo repeats, The sun is yellow. He is not sad about the mistake. He is happy about the correction. He feels like he is playing a game. Learning is not a chore. Learning is a joy. At the end of the lesson, Leo is very tired, but he is also very happy. His ears are full of sounds. His mouth is tired from speaking. He picks up his bag. He feels the weight of his blue book, but he knows he does not need it every minute. He knows that the world is his real book. He knows that people are his real teachers. He walks out of the school. He looks at a man on the street. He says, "Hello." The man says, "Hello" back. Leo smiles. His first lesson was a success. He did not use a book, but he learned a very big lesson. He learned that he can speak. He learned that he can be understood. He is a speaker of English now. He is a small speaker, but he is growing. He walks back to his room, thinking about the colors of the world. He says, "The world is beautiful." He says it in English. He says it with a smile. Chapter 4. Leo finds the best way to learn words. Leo is a student who wants to grow every single day. Every morning, Leo thinks about words. He thinks about how many words are in the world. He thinks about how many words are in the English language. Words are like small building blocks. If you have many blocks, you can build a tall house. If you have many words, you can build a big life. But Leo has a problem. Leo has a very common problem. He looks at long lists of words in his book. He looks at a list of 20 words. He looks at a list of 50 words. He tries to memorize the lists. He sits at his desk. He says a word 10 times. He says an apple, apple, apple. He says table, table, table. He says another word 10 times. He writes the words in his notebook. He writes them with his black pen. He works for 1 hour. He works for 2 hours. He works until his eyes are tired. He works until his hand is tired. But then, the next morning, something happens. The next morning, the words are gone. They are not in his head anymore. They fly away like little birds flying from a green tree. They disappear like mist in the morning sun. Leo feels a little bit sad. He feels a little bit frustrated. He thinks to himself, "Is my brain too slow? Is my memory not good? Why can I not remember these simple words?" He feels like he is trying to catch water with his hands. The water just falls through his fingers. He goes to his school. He walks slowly. He enters the classroom. He sees his teacher, Mary. Mary is always smiling. Mary is always happy to see him. Leo talks to Mary. He says, "Mary, I have a problem. One, study my list every night. I study very, very hard. I use my notebook. I use my pen. But the words do not stay. The words do not live in my mind. What is the secret? What is the best way to learn these words?" Mary looks at Leo with her kind eyes. Her eyes are full of wisdom. She says, "Leo, listen to me. Do not study lists. Lists are cold. Lists are like dry bones in the desert. Lists have no life. Lists have no heart. If you want to remember a word, you must find a word where the word is happy. You must find words in their homes. And the home of a word is a story." Leo is very curious. He tilts his head. He asks, "In stories? How can a story help me?" Mary nods her head slowly. She says, "Yes, Leo, when a word is in a story, the word has a friend. The word has a neighbor. The word has a meaning that you can feel. You do not just see the letters, you see the life." Mary takes Leo's hand. She walks with him to a big room in the school. The room is a library. The library is a very quiet place. It is a very peaceful place. It is a place full of old books and new books. There are books from the floor all the way to the ceiling. There are thousands of books. There are millions of words living together on the shelves. It is a city of words. Mary walks to a small shelf. She finds a very thin book. It is a simple book. It is a story for children. It is a story about a little red dog. Mary gives the book to Leo. She says, "Do not study this book, Leo. Do not try to memorize it. Just read it. Sit down and enjoy the story of the dog." Leo takes the book. He feels the cover. He sits in a big, soft, blue chair. The chair is very comfortable. He opens the book to the first page. He sees a picture. The picture shows a big dog. The dog is very red. Leo reads the first sentence. The dog is big and red. Leo knows these words. He feels a little bit of joy. He reads the next sentence. The dog likes to run in the green park. Leo sees the word run. He sees the word park. He does not just see the letters R-U-N. He sees the dog moving. He sees the dog's legs moving fast. He sees the green grass of the park. He is watching a movie in his mind. He is not studying. He is watching. He reads for 10 minutes. He reads for 20 minutes. He is very focused. He is very calm. He sees a new word. The word is brave. Leo stops. He does not know the word brave. It is a new word. It is a stranger. But he does not look at a dictionary. He continues to read. In the story, the little red dog sees a small cat. The cat is stuck in a high tree. The cat is afraid. But the dog is not afraid. The dog climbs up. The dog helps the cat. The story says, the dog is very brave. Leo thinks for a moment. He looks at the picture. He looks at the dog helping the cat. He thinks, oh, I understand. The dog is not afraid. The dog is strong in his heart. The dog is brave. Now Leo knows the word brave. He did not use a dictionary. He did not use a list. He used the story. He used his imagination. He used his heart. This is a very, very big discovery for Leo. He feels like he has found a secret treasure chest. He feels like he has a new key. He stays in the library for a long time. The sun moves across the sky. The light in the library changes. Leo reads about the red dog. He reads about a green forest. He reads about a blue ocean. He reads about a happy family. The words are entering his mind naturally. They are walking into his mind and sitting down. They are making themselves at home. They are not flying away like birds. They are staying because they have a story to tell. Leo realizes that words are not just marks on a page. Words are pictures, words are feelings, words are smells and sounds. When he reads a story, his brain is happy. When his brain is happy, his brain wants to remember. His brain says, I like this story. I will keep these words. Leo walks home from the library. The air is cool. The sky is turning purple. He carries 3 small books in his brown bag. He feels very rich. He does not have a list of cold, dead words. He has a bag full of warm, living stories. He says to himself, I will read every day, he says. I will find my friends in the books. He says, I will live in the stories. He stops at a small park near his house. He sees a real dog. The dog is brown and small. The dog is barking at a big ball. Leo looks at the dog. He smiles. He says out loud, that dog is brave. He is using the word. He is using the word in the real world. The word brave is now his word. It belongs to him. He goes to his room. He sits at his desk. He opens his yellow notebook. He does not write a list. He writes a small story of his own. He writes, "Today I went to the library. I found a red dog. The dog is my friend. The dog taught me a word. The word is brave. I want to be brave like the dog." He feels very proud. He feels like a writer. He feels like a reader. He is a learner who has found the true path. The path is made of stories. The path is long, but the path is beautiful. He is not afraid of the journey anymore. He is excited for the next story. He is excited for the next word. Leo closes his eyes and he sees a world made of stories. He is ready to read them all, one story at a time. Chapter 5. Leo working in a busy diner. Leo is now a worker. Leo has a job in America. He works in a diner. A diner is a special kind of restaurant. It is a place with big windows. It is a place with silver tables. It is a place where the air smells like hot coffee and sweet pancakes. Leo wears a white apron. The apron is clean and crisp. He wears a name tag on his chest. The tag says, "Leo." Leo is a waiter. This is a very big step for him. This is a very brave step. It is his first day at work. It is a Thursday morning. The sun is shining through the big windows of the diner. Leo feels a little bit nervous. He feels a heart that beats fast. Thump, 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 thump. He thinks, "Can I do this? Can I understand the customers? Can I speak the English words quickly?" He stands behind the counter. He sees the coffee pots. He sees the menus. The menus are full of words. He sees eggs, toast, bacon, and juice. He knows these words from his blue book. He knows these words from his stories. But now the words must come out of his mouth. A woman walks into the diner. She is wearing a blue coat. She sits at a table near the window. Leo takes a deep breath. He walks to the table. He carries a small notebook. He carries a black pen. He says, "Hello, my name is Leo. Would you like some coffee?" The woman smiles. She has a kind face. She says, "Yes, please. I would like a cup of black coffee." Leo feels a wave of relief. He understood her. He understood every word. He pours the hot coffee into a white mug. The coffee is dark and steaming. He gives it to the woman. He says, "Here is your coffee." She says, "Thank you, Leo." Leo feels a spark of joy. Using English to help someone feels very good. It feels like a victory. But then the diner becomes very busy. Many people walk in. Many people sit down. The diner is full of sounds. He hears the sound of metal spoons hitting ceramic plates. Clink, clink. He hears the sound of the bell in the kitchen. Ding! He hears the sound of many people talking at the same time. This is a storm of English. It is a loud storm. It is a fast storm. A man in a suit sits at a table. He is in a hurry. He looks at his watch. He says to Leo, "I'll have the number 3 special with rye toast and over easy eggs. And can I get a side of hash browns?" Leo stops. His mind stops. The man spoke very fast. The man used words Leo does not know. What is rye? What is over easy? What are hash browns? Leo feels the cold feeling of fear again. He feels like he is drowning in the words. He wants to run away. He wants to go back to his quiet room. But then He remembers his teacher, Mary. He remembers her kind voice. He remembers that it is okay to ask questions. Leo looks at the man. He does not hide. He says slowly, "I'm sorry, I am learning English." "Can you say that again, slowly, please?" The man looks at Leo. The man sees Leo's name tag. The man sees Leo's honest eyes. The man breathes out and smiles. He says, "Oh, I am sorry. I will speak slowly. I want eggs. I want bread. I want potatoes." Leo writes it down. He writes eggs, bread, potatoes. He understands now. He goes to the kitchen. He talks to the cook. The cook's name is Sarah. Sarah is very fast. Sarah is very strong. Leo tells Sarah the order. He makes a mistake. He says apple instead of bread. Sarah laughs. She does not laugh at Leo. She laughs with Leo. She says, "No, Leo, he wants toast, not an apple." Leo laughs too. He corrects the order. He brings the food to the man. The man eats the food. The man says, "This is very good." "Thank you, Leo." Leo feels proud. He is learning that he does not need to be perfect. He only needs to be brave. He stays in the diner for 8 hours. He walks many miles between the tables and the kitchen. He says hello 50 times. He says coffee 100 times. He hears the American way of speaking. He hears the slang. He hears the please and the thank you. He is not just reading a book anymore. He is living inside the language. The language is all around him. It is in the air, it is in the food, it is in the people. At the end of the day, Leo is very, very tired. His legs are tired. His brain is tired. He takes off his white apron. He walks home in the evening light. He thinks about the diner. He thinks about the man in the suit. He thinks about Sarah the cook. He realizes that a diner is like a school. It is a school of life. Every customer is a teacher. Every order is a lesson. He is not afraid of the fast talking anymore. He knows he can ask people to slow down. He knows that most people are kind. He knows that English is a bridge between him and the hungry people of the city. He feels like a part of the city. He is not a stranger. He is a neighbor. He is a worker. He is Leo. He goes to his room. He opens his yellow notebook. He writes new words. He writes diner, customer, order, and patience. He writes, "Today was a hard day, but today was a good day. I spoke English all day long. I am tired, but my heart is happy." He closes his eyes and he can still hear the ding of the bell. He can still smell the coffee. He's a part of America now. He is finding his place. He's finding his voice, one cup of coffee at a time. Chapter 6. Speaking better with shadowing. Leo is a very happy worker at the diner. He loves his job. He loves the people. He loves the smell of the coffee. But Leo has a new wish. Leo has a new goal. He listens to the customers. He listens to his teacher, Mary. He listens to the people on the television. Their voices are like music. Their voices have a rhythm. Their voices have a flow. When Leo speaks, his voice feels a little bit stiff. His voice feels a little bit slow. He thinks, "I want to sound like the people here. I want my words to move like a river. I want my English to be smooth." He goes to his school and talks to Mary. He says, "Mary, I know many words now. I can read stories. I can take orders at the diner. But my speaking is not smooth. How can I speak better? How can I sound more natural?" Mary smiles her gentle smile. She says, "Leo, I will teach you a secret technique. It is a very special technique. It is called shadowing." Leo is very curious. He asks, "Shadowing? Like a shadow on the ground?" Mary nods her head. She says, "Yes, Leo, a shadow follows a person everywhere. A shadow does exactly what the person does. To shadow in English, you must listen to a voice and follow it with your own voice. You must be the shadow of the speaker." Mary gives Leo a small recording. It is a recording of a man talking about a beautiful garden. Mary says, "Listen to the man. When the man speaks, you speak at the same time. Do not wait for him to finish. Be his shadow." Leo goes home to his small room. He sits at his desk. He puts on his headphones. He hears the man's voice. The man says, "The sun is shining on the flowers." Leo says, "The sun is shining on the flowers at the very same time." At first it is very difficult. It is very, very difficult. Leo is too slow. He trips over the words. He feels a little bit silly. He thinks, "I cannot do this. It is too fast." But Leo is a patient man. Leo is a brave man. He remembers that everything is hard at the beginning. He tries again. He listens to the man say, "The birds are singing in the trees." Leo says, "The birds are singing in the trees at the same time." He does this for 10 minutes. He does this for 20 minutes. He repeats the same sentences many, many times. He is copying the man. He is copying the man's speed. He is copying the man's feelings. He is copying the music of the man's voice. Slowly, something begins to change. Leo's mouth starts to move in a new way. His tongue feels more flexible. His lips feel more relaxed. He is not thinking about grammar. He is not thinking about spelling. He is only thinking about the sound. He is only thinking about the rhythm. He practices shadowing every single day. He shadows the man in the garden. He shadows the news on the radio. He even shadows the customers at the diner in his head. He listens to a customer say, "I would like a piece of apple pie." In his mind, Leo repeats, "I would like a piece of apple pie." He copies the way the customer says pie. He copies the way the customer says like after 1 week. Leo feels a difference. After 2 weeks, the people at the diner feel a difference. Sarah the cook says, "Leo, your English sounds very good today." It is very clear. Leo feels a giant wave of happiness. He realizes that shadowing is like a workout for his mouth. It is like training his muscles to speak a new language. He is no longer just saying words. He is singing the song of English. He feels more confident. He feels more connected to the people around him. He is not afraid to speak anymore. He knows that his voice is getting stronger every day. He sits in his room at night. He does not need his headphones now. He speaks to the walls. He says, "The sun is shining. The birds are singing. I am finding my voice." He says it with a smooth rhythm. He says it with a beautiful flow. He is the shadow that has found its own light. He is a speaker. He is a communicator. He is Leo, and his journey is moving forward one sound at a time. Chapter 7. Leo starts thinking in English. Leo is living a very full life in the big, busy city of New York. Every day, Leo walks the streets. Every day, Leo works at the diner. Every day, Leo reads his stories and practices his shadowing. But something very interesting and very magical is happening inside Leo's mind. In the beginning, Leo's mind was like a slow translation machine. When Leo saw a green tree in the park, his mind first said the word for tree in his own language. Then his mind searched and searched for the English word tree. This was a very slow process. It was a very tiring process. It was like walking up a big hill with heavy stones in his pockets. It made his brain feel very heavy. It made his head feel very full. But now, the stones are falling out of his pockets. The stones are disappearing. One quiet morning, Leo wakes up in his small room. The room is peaceful. The light of the sun is coming through the white curtains. Leo looks at the window. He looks at the light. In that moment, he does not think of his old word for sun. His mind says the words, "The sun is bright." Leo stops. He sits up in his bed very slowly. He stays very still. He thinks to himself, "Wait, I just thought in English. I did not translate, the words just came to me." He feels a giant shock of joy. It is a quiet joy, like a small silver bell ringing in his heart. It is a beautiful feeling. He goes to his small kitchen to make a cup of hot tea. He looks at the silver kettle on the stove. His mind says, "The water is hot." He looks at the white bread on the table. His mind says, "I want some toast." He is not searching for words. He is not looking at a list in his head. The English words are jumping into his mind all by themselves, like little happy frogs jumping into a clear pond. Splash, splash, splash. Leo realizes that this is a very big step. It is a giant step on his journey. Thinking in English is like opening a big new door in his brain. Behind this door, everything is faster. Behind this door, everything is easier. Behind this door, he feels free. He decides to practice this new and wonderful skill every hour of the day. He decides to use a technique called thinking aloud. Thinking aloud means that Leo says his thoughts out loud when he is alone in his room or walking on the street. Leo walks to the big park with the green grass. He walks under the big old trees. He says to himself, "I am walking in the park. The grass is very soft under my shoes. I see a blue bird in the sky. The bird is very small. The bird is very pretty." He says these things slowly. He says them gently. He repeats them many times. The bird is in the sky. The bird is in the sky. He is telling the story of his life as it happens, word by word, thought by thought. He goes to the grocery store to buy some fruit for his lunch. He looks at the apples in the red bin. He thinks, "These apples are red and shiny. I like red apples." He looks at the bananas. He thinks, "The bananas are yellow and long. I will buy 3 bananas." He is talking to himself in his head all day long. This constant practice makes the English language feel like a part of his own body. It feels like his own skin. It feels like his own breath. It feels like the blood moving in his heart. At the diner, this new way of thinking helps Leo very much. When a customer sits down and says, "I want a sandwich," Leo does not have to stop and translate. His brain understands the word sandwich immediately. He can answer the customer very quickly. He can smile a big smile and say, "Coming right up." He feels more like an American man. He feels more like a person who truly belongs in this big city. His brain is becoming a real English brain. He is no longer a stranger visiting the language. He is a friend living inside the language. The language is no longer a guest. The language is a member of the family. At night, when the city is a little bit quieter, Leo lies in his bed in the dark. He looks at the ceiling. He thinks about his day from the morning to the evening. He thinks about the people he saw. He thinks about the coffee he poured. And he thinks all of these things in English. He thinks, today was a very good day. I worked hard at the diner. I learned many new things. I am a happy man. He even starts to have dreams at night in English. In his dream, he is back in his small town. He is talking to his mother. He is telling his mother about the tall buildings and the busy diner. In the dream, he is speaking English, and in the dream, his mother understands every word. When he wakes up from the dream, he feels very peaceful. He feels very calm. He knows now that English is no longer a lesson he must study from a blue book. English is no longer a task he must do. English is now the way he sees the world. It is the color of his thoughts. It is the sound of his soul. He is no longer translating his life from one side to the other. He is just living his life. He is living his life in English. He is Leo, and his mind is a beautiful English-thinking mind, and he is very, very proud of his journey. Chapter 8. Leo forgets the grammar rules. Leo is a man who likes to do things the right way. Leo is a man who wants to be perfect. In the very beginning of his long journey, Leo was very, very worried about the grammar rules. He was very worried about the small laws of the English language. He had a very big book in his room. The book was a grammar book. The book was heavy. The book was thick. The book was full of many complicated charts and many difficult tables. Leo would spend many hours sitting at his small wooden desk. He would look at the past tense. He would look at the present tense. He would look at the future tense. He would study the rules for is and are. He would study the rules for was and were. He would try to memorize when to use a and when to use the. When Leo was at the busy diner, he would want to speak. He would want to tell a customer about the soup. He would want to ask a customer about their day. But before he opened his mouth, Leo would stop. He would stop because he was thinking about the grammar. He would think, is this the correct verb? Am I using the right tense? Is this the perfect sentence? Because he was thinking about the rules, he was very afraid to speak. His mouth would stay closed. His heart would feel very tight in his chest. He was afraid of making a tiny mistake. He was afraid of being wrong in front of people. He thought that if he did not follow the rules perfectly, the people of America would not understand him. He thought that if his grammar was not perfect, he was not a good student. He thought that grammar was the most important thing in the whole world. He thought grammar was the only way to speak. But one day, Leo is at his school in the big city. He is sitting in the quiet classroom. He is sitting with his teacher, Mary. Mary is very observant. Mary sees that Leo is very quiet today. Mary sees that Leo looks worried. Mary sees the heavy grammar book on Leo's desk. Mary walks over to Leo. She speaks in a very gentle voice. She says, Leo, why are you so quiet today? Why are you not sharing your thoughts with the class? Leo looks at his heavy grammar book. He looks at the charts. He says, Mary, I am afraid. I am very, very afraid. I am afraid of the rules. I am afraid I will say a word in the wrong way. I am afraid my grammar is bad and people will think I am silly. Mary sits down next to Leo. She looks at him with her kind, wise eyes. she says something that is very, very surprising to Leo. She says, "Leo, I want you to do something special today. I want you to forget the grammar rules for a while. I want you to stop looking at the charts." Leo is shocked. Leo is very, very shocked. He feels like the world is turning upside down. He asks, "Forget the rules? But Mary, how will I speak? How will people know what I am saying if I do not have the rules?" Mary smiles her beautiful, peaceful smile. She says, "Leo, think about your life. How did you learn your first language when you were a very small baby? When you were a tiny baby in your mother's arms, did you have a grammar book? Did you look at a table of verbs? Did you study the past tense before you said your first word?" Leo thinks very deeply. He thinks about his childhood. He says, "No, Mary, I was just a baby. I did not have a book. I just listened to my mother's voice. I just listened to my father's stories. I just heard the words every day." Mary nods her head. She says, "Yes, Leo, exactly, you listened. You heard the sounds of the language. You heard the rhythm of the sentences. You did not study the rules. You lived inside the rules. You learned because you wanted to connect with your mother. You learned because you wanted to ask for milk." English is the same, Leo. English is a living thing. If you listen to many stories, and if you talk to many people, the grammar will come to you naturally. It will come to you like the rain falls from the gray clouds. It will come to you like the sun rises over the tall buildings in the morning. You do not need to chase the grammar. You do not need to hunt the grammar. You just need to listen and be brave. Leo looks at his heavy grammar book. He feels the weight of the book. He closes the book. Thump. He puts the book under his bed in his small room. He decides to follow Mary's wise advice. He goes to the diner that afternoon. The diner is very loud. The diner is very busy. Leo does not think about the past tense. He does not think about the present perfect tense. He does not think about the rules for he and she. He just looks at the people. He just listens to the music of their voices. A man in a brown hat says, "I want a cup of hot coffee." Leo does not think about the grammar of the man's sentence. He does not analyze the words. He just hears the sound. He hears the need. He says, "I will bring you a cup of coffee right now." He is not thinking about the rules. He is just talking. He is just connecting. He feels a great weight lift off his shoulders. He feels very light. He feels very free, like a bird flying in the sky. He realizes that communication is like a bridge over a river. A bridge does not have to be made of gold to let people walk across it. A bridge does not have to be perfect to be useful. A bridge just needs to be strong enough to carry the message. Leo's English is strong enough. He makes a mistake. He says to a woman, he liked the pancakes instead of, he likes the pancakes. But the woman understands. The cook understands. The world does not stop because of a small mistake. The buildings do not fall down. Nobody is angry at Leo. Nobody is laughing at Leo. Leo feels so much happier than before. He starts to talk more and more. He talks to the woman in the blue coat about the weather. He talks to the man in the suit about the news. He talks to Sarah the cook about her favorite songs. He is speaking from his heart. He is speaking from his soul. He is not speaking from a textbook anymore. He is speaking because he has a story to say. He is speaking because he wants to be a friend. He finds that the more he speaks, the better his grammar becomes. His brain is a very smart organ. His brain is listening to his own voice. His brain is learning the patterns of the American people. He is learning by doing. He is learning by living. At night, in his quiet room, he does not look at the charts of verbs. He reads a story about a brave captain on a big ship. He hears the grammar in the story. He feels the grammar in the story. He realizes that grammar is just the way words hold hands. Grammar is just the way words help each other. If you love the words, the grammar will follow you home. Leo is no longer a prisoner of the rules. Leo is no longer a slave to the book. He is a traveler in the beautiful world of language. He is free to speak his mind. He is free to laugh at a joke. He is free to be himself. He says to himself in the mirror, "I am not a student of grammar rules. I am a student of a beautiful life." He feels a deep peace in his mind. He sleeps very well that night. He does not dream of charts or tables. He dreams of long conversations with friends. He dreams of laughter in the sun. He is growing every day. He is growing in the most natural way. He is growing without the cold fear of being wrong. He is growing with the warm joy of being understood. Leo is happy and Leo is free. Chapter 9. Why mistakes are good teachers. Leo is a man who is learning a very big lesson about life and language. In the past, Leo thought that a mistake was a very bad thing. He thought that a mistake was like a dark cloud in a sunny sky. He thought that a mistake was a sign of failure. When he said a word in the wrong way, he felt a sharp pain of shame in his heart. When he used the wrong tense, his face would turn as red as a tomato. He would look at the ground and he would feel very small. He thought that a mistake meant he was not smart. He thought that a mistake meant he was not a good student of English. But Leo is learning a new way of thinking in America. He is learning that mistakes are not enemies. Mistakes are actually very good teachers. One Tuesday morning, Leo is at his school. He sees a student named Hannah. Hannah is from a country far away. Hannah is a very quiet student. Hannah is very shy. Hannah sits in the corner of the room. Hannah never speaks. She never raises her hand. She never says hello. Hannah is afraid of making a mistake. Hannah is so afraid of being wrong that she stays completely silent. Mary, the kind teacher, walks over to the front of the class. She takes a piece of white chalk. She writes a very large sentence on the green chalkboard. She writes, "Mistakes are the stairs to success." She looks at the class and she looks at Hannah. She says, "Class, listen to me very carefully. The only real mistake in life is staying silent. The only real mistake is being too afraid to try. If you make a mistake, it means you are moving. If you make a mistake, it means you are practicing. If you make a mistake, it means your brain is working hard to learn something new." Leo listens to Mary's voice. Her voice is like a warm blanket. He thinks about his own life. He thinks about all the times he was afraid to speak at the diner. He thinks about all the times he stayed quiet because he did not want to be wrong. He looks at Hannah and he feels a deep sadness. He wants Hannah to be brave. He wants himself to be brave. Mary tells a funny story. She tells the class about a time when she was learning a new language. She says that one time she wanted to say she was cold, but she accidentally said she was a refrigerator. The whole class laughs. Mary laughs too. She says, "I made a mistake, and I felt silly, but I never forgot the word for cold again." That mistake was my best teacher. Leo starts to think about his own mistakes at the diner. One time, a man asked for a napkin. Leo did not know the word napkin. He brought the man a newspaper. The man laughed and said, "I cannot wipe my face with the news." Leo felt embarrassed then, but now he realizes that because of that mistake, he knows the word napkin perfectly. He will never ever forget it. He realizes that a mistake is like a bright yellow light. It shows you exactly what you need to learn. It shows you where you need to grow. Without mistakes, the path to learning is hidden in the dark. With mistakes, the path is easy to see. Leo decides to change his heart. He decides to welcome his mistakes like they are old friends. He goes to the diner that afternoon. He is busy. He is fast. A woman asks for a spoon. Leo accidentally brings her a fork. Leo does not turn red. Leo does not feel shame. Leo smiles a big, honest smile. He says, "Oh, I am sorry. I made a mistake. Here is your spoon." The woman smiles back at him. She says, "It is okay, Leo. Thank you for the spoon." Leo feels a great power in his chest. He feels strong. He feels free. He realizes that the people in America do not care if he is perfect. They only care if he is kind and if he tries. He starts to talk to everyone. He talks to the man with the big dog. He talks to the lady with the flowers. He makes many mistakes. He says yesterday when he means tomorrow. He says he when he means she. But with every mistake, he learns something new. With every mistake, his English becomes a little bit better. He is climbing the stairs that Mary wrote about on the chalkboard. Each mistake is one step higher. Each mistake is one step closer to his dream. At night, in his quiet room, Leo opens his yellow notebook. He writes a new page. He does not write good words. He writes my favorite mistakes. He writes about the newspaper and the napkin. He writes about the fork and the spoon. He laughs to himself. He feels very proud of his mistakes. He feels like a scientist who is doing an experiment. He is testing the language. He is playing with the sounds. He is no longer a shy boy in a small town. He is a brave man in a big city. He knows that his mistakes are his friends. He knows that his mistakes are his teachers. He sleeps with a peaceful mind. He dreams of a world where everyone is brave enough to be wrong. He is growing, and he is growing fast, because he is no longer afraid to fall. He knows that if he falls, he will just get up and try again. He is Leo, and he is a beautiful, brave learner of life. Chapter 10. How Leo remembers everything. Leo is a man who is very happy because he is learning many new things every day in the big city. But Leo has a small worry in his mind. His worry is about his memory. Leo feels like his mind is like a basket with small holes in the bottom. He goes to the diner and hears a new word. He goes to the library and reads a new word. He feels happy in that moment because he understands the word. But then the next day the word is gone. He cannot find the word in his head. He looks in his brain, but the word is hiding. He feels a little bit sad. He thinks, how can I remember everything? How can I keep the English language inside my heart forever? He goes to his school and talks to his kind teacher, Mary. He says, "Mary, I am learning so much, but I am forgetting so much too. My brain feels like it is leaking. How can I remember the words for a long time?" Mary looks at Leo and she smiles a very peaceful smile. She says, "Leo, do not worry. Your brain is a very good brain. You just need to know the secret of how to remember. There are 5 special steps to help your memory. If you follow these 5 steps, the words will stay with you like old friends. Leo takes out his black pen and his yellow notebook. He is ready to write. Mary says, "Step 1 is to see it. You must see the word on the page. Step 2 is to understand it. You must know what the word means in a story. Step 3 is to use it. You must say the word with your own mouth. Step 4 is to repeat it. You must say the word again and again, today, tomorrow, and the next day. And step 5 is the most beautiful step. Step 5 is to sleep on it. Leo is very surprised. He says, "Sleep? How does sleep help me remember English?" Mary nods her head slowly. She says, "Leo, when you sleep, your brain is very busy. Your brain takes the words you learned today and moves them to a very safe room in your mind. This room is called long-term memory. If you do not sleep well, the words stay in the hallway and they get lost. But if you sleep well, your brain locks the door and keeps the words safe forever." Leo thinks about this. He realizes that he has been staying up too late studying his books. He has been tired. He decides to try Mary's 5 steps. That afternoon, he finds a new word at the diner. The word is excellent. Step 1, he sees the word on a customer's menu. Step 2, he understands that it means very, very good. Step 3, he says to a customer, "The soup is excellent today." Step 4, he says the word to himself while he walks home. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And then step 5, he goes to his bed early. He breathes in and he breathes out. He falls into a deep, quiet sleep. While Leo is sleeping, his brain is working. His brain is like a librarian. His brain takes the word excellent and puts it on a special shelf. The next morning, Leo wakes up. He opens his eyes and he thinks, "The sun is excellent today." He remembers the word. He feels a giant wave of happiness. He follows the 5 steps every day. He sees a word, he understands a word, he uses a word, he repeats a word, and he sleeps. He realizes that he does not need to work harder. He needs to work smarter. He is very kind to his brain now. He gives his brain good food. He gives his brain good stories. And most importantly, he gives his brain a good rest. His memory is getting stronger and stronger. He no longer feels like his mind is a leaking basket. He feels like his mind is a strong treasure chest. The chest is filling up with gold coins of English words. He knows the word for coffee, he knows the word for brave, and he knows the word for excellent. He feels very proud of himself. He feels like a master of his own mind. He is not afraid of forgetting anymore. He knows that if he is patient and if he follows the steps, the language will stay with him. He is Leo, and he is a man with a very good memory and a very happy heart. Chapter 11. The 3,000 Most Important Words. Leo is a man who loves to learn, but sometimes he looks at the big English dictionary and he feels very small. The dictionary is a giant book. It is a heavy book. It has thousands and thousands of pages. It has millions of words. Leo thinks to himself, "How can I ever learn all of these words? There are too many. If I learn 10 words every day, I will be a very old man before I finish the book." He feels like he is standing at the bottom of a giant mountain. The top of the mountain is in the clouds. He feels a little bit tired. He feels a little bit overwhelmed. He goes to his school and talks to his wise teacher, Mary. He says, "Mary, the English language is too big. There are too many words. I feel like I'm trying to drink the whole ocean with a small spoon. Will I ever be finished? Mary looks at Leo and she laughs a very soft and kind laugh. She says, "Leo, come here. I want to tell you a secret about the English language. You do not need the whole ocean. You only need a few buckets of water to live a beautiful life." Leo is very curious. He asks, "What do you mean, Mary?" Mary takes a piece of paper. She writes a number on the paper. She writes the number 3000, she says. "Leo, did you know that most people who speak English use the same 3000 words every single day? If you know these 3000 words, you can understand 90% of everything you hear. You can understand 90% of the movies. You can understand 90% of the books. You can talk to your friends, you can work at the diner, and you can share your heart with the world." Leo looks at the number. 3000 is a big number, but it is much smaller than 1,000,000. 3000 is a number he can reach. It is like a small hill instead of a giant mountain. Mary says, "Focus on the words that people use the most. Focus on the words for feelings. Focus on the words for actions. Focus on the words for family and food. These are the golden words. These are the words that build the bridge." Leo feels a giant weight lift off his heart. He feels very light. He feels very happy. He realizes that he has been trying to learn words that nobody uses. He has been trying to learn words for rare insects and complicated machines. He says, "I understand now, Mary. I will focus on the important words. I will focus on the words that help me talk to people." He goes back to his small room. He looks at his blue book and his yellow notebook. He starts to look for the common words. He hears the word help at the diner. He hears the word happy. He hears the word work. He hears the word friend. He writes these words down. He repeats them. He uses them. He realizes that with just a few important words, he can say many things. He can say, "I am happy to see my friend at work." He uses 3 important words in one sentence. He feels very smart. He feels very capable. He is no longer afraid of the big dictionary. The dictionary is just a house for words, but Leo only needs to live in the most comfortable rooms. He spends his days listening for these 3000 words. He hears them in the park. He hears them on the bus. He hears them in the music on the radio. Every time he hears an important word, he smiles. It is like seeing an old friend in a crowd. He feels more and more confident. He is not trying to be a walking dictionary anymore. He is trying to be a human being who communicates. He realizes that simple English is beautiful English. Simple English is clear English. He talks to Sarah, the cook, using his 3000 words. He tells her about his dream. He tells her about his journey. Sarah understands everything. She says, "Leo, you speak very well." Leo feels a warm glow in his chest. He knows he is on the right path. He is not climbing a mountain in the clouds. He is walking on a sunny path in a beautiful garden. He is happy with his 3000 words. He is happy with his life in America. He is Leo, and he knows exactly what he needs to be happy. Chapter 12. Leo and the Journey of a Teacher. Time moves forward like a quiet, peaceful river. Many days have passed. Many months have passed. 2 whole years have passed since Leo first got on the big, white plane. 2 years have passed since Leo first walked into the busy diner with his clean white apron and his silver name tag. Leo is now a different man. He is the same Leo with the same kind heart and the same gentle eyes, but his voice is now a strong voice. His voice is now a clear voice. Leo can speak English very, very well. He can tell long stories about his life. He can tell funny jokes that make his friends laugh. He can read big, thick books without using a dictionary. He can think in English from the very first moment he wakes up in the morning until the very last moment he goes to sleep at night. Leo is very happy in America. He loves the tall buildings. He loves the busy streets. He loves the kind people. But Leo feels a new calling in his heart. He feels a new purpose in his soul. He thinks about his small town far away. He thinks about the quiet streets and the green trees of his home. He thinks about the people there who are just like he used to be. He thinks about the young men and the young women who have a big dream but are very, very afraid. He remembers his own fear. He remembers how his heart used to beat fast when he wanted to say hello. He remembers how heavy the grammar book felt in his hands. He remembers the cold feeling of making a mistake in front of a stranger. Leo decides that it is time to go home. He wants to go home not because he is giving up, but because he wants to give back. Leo wants to be a teacher. He wants to be a light for others. He says goodbye to the busy diner. He says goodbye to the silver tables and the smell of hot coffee. He says goodbye to Sarah the cook. He says goodbye to the tall, shining buildings of New York City. He packs his brown bag one last time. Inside the bag are the same blue book and the same yellow notebook, but now they are full of notes, full of memories, and full of wisdom. Leo flies back across the wide, deep blue ocean. He arrives in his quiet town. The trees are still green. The birds are still singing the same songs. Leo opens a small school in a small sunny room. He puts a sign on the wooden door. The sign says, "English for everyone." It is a beautiful sign. One morning, a young girl walks into the room. She is holding a blue book, just like Leo's old book. She looks very nervous. Her hands are shaking a little bit. She looks at the floor because she is shy. She is afraid to look into Leo's eyes. Leo looks at her and he sees himself. He sees his own past. He feels a giant wave of love and empathy in his chest. Empathy is when you feel what another person feels. Leo walks to the girl and he smiles the same kind, gentle smile that his teacher Mary once gave to him. He says, "Hello, my name is Leo. Please do not be afraid. Do not be worried. I was just like you once." I was a student who was afraid of words. The girl looks up. She sees that Leo is a kind man. She sees that Leo is a safe person. Leo tells her his long story. He tells her about the big decision to go to America. He tells her about his first lesson with no books. He tells her about the little red dog in the library and the magic of stories. He tells her about the busy diner and the man who wanted eggs. He tells her that mistakes are not enemies but very, very good teachers. He tells her that she does not need to learn the whole dictionary. He tells her that she only needs 3,000 important words to talk to the world and share her heart. The girl listens to Leo's voice. His voice is like a gentle bridge over a river. His voice is like a warm light in a dark room. Slowly, the girl starts to feel brave. Slowly, she starts to smile. She opens her mouth and she says her very first word. She says, "Hello." Leo claps his hands with joy. He feels a happiness that is bigger than the joy of learning. He realizes that teaching is the greatest journey of all. When you teach, you give a gift that lasts forever. You give someone a key to a new world. You give someone a voice. Leo spends all of his days helping his neighbors. He helps the baker learn to say bread. He helps the doctor learn to say health. He helps the children learn to sing songs in English. He teaches them to listen with their hearts. He teaches them to shadow the music of the language. He teaches them to sleep well so their brains can stay strong and healthy. Leo is no longer just a student of English. Leo is a bridge builder. Leo is a light in his town. He realizes that his journey to America was not just for himself. His journey was for everyone he would eventually help. He sits by his window in the evening. He looks at the same blue sky he looked at when he was a young boy. He thinks in English and he thinks in his first language. He is a man of two worlds. He is a man of many words. He feels a deep, deep peace. He knows that he has found his voice and now he is helping others find theirs. The dream that started with a small old blue book is now a reality for a whole town of people. Leo is happy. Leo is proud. Leo is a teacher. And his story, just like the beautiful English language, will live on in the hearts and the minds of his students for many years to come. He closes his eyes and he hears the sound of many voices saying, "Hello." It is the most beautiful sound in the world. I hope you enjoyed this story and I hope you feel very happy now. It is time to say goodbye, but we will see each other again very soon. If you like this video, please click the like button, because clicking the like button is a very kind thing to do. If you want to hear more stories, please subscribe to this channel, because subscribing to this channel helps me tell more stories for you. I like telling stories and I hope you like listening to stories. So please like the video and please subscribe to the channel today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for being here with me in this quiet moment. Goodbye for now, my friend, and remember to like and subscribe before you go away.